Okie doke. Well, Drew, thanks so much for joining me today. I'm excited to share with you a few updates
Yes.
that we have to Smart Learning Suite. Of course, what Smart Learning Suite Online, what you see currently is the regular dashboard that you guys are used to using, hellosmart.com, logging in with your Microsoft School account and accessing your dashboard. So there's three new things I want to show you today. The first is a quick overview of Teams integration with Smart Learning Suite Online. So when I open up my Teams account, you'll notice that I have several different options on the left-hand side. I can navigate to my activity, which of course matches with my calendar, various team channels, my calendar, calls, files, and then last but not least, Smart Learning Suite. And what this does is when your Microsoft admin adds that app to your domain, so all of Auburn City Schools, then your teachers who are utilizing Teams will be able to access Smart Learning Suite Online through Teams. So all kind of think of it just one click access. Now there's a couple of reasons why that's important. Not only will you be able to access this from anywhere you have Teams, but you can access all of the files that you've saved in your folders that are within Teams. But maybe even more importantly, when you create channels or classes that you use with your kids as you're delivering remote classes, remote learning to students who may be home or even in another room, wherever they are, you can do all of that immediately within the Teams app through that app that's added by your administrator. So when I select it, you'll see it looks just like my dashboard when I go to hellosmart.com, which is nice because it looks the same. The process is also going to be the same. From here, I can start from scratch, add an activity, any of the activities I'm used to, YouTube, games, a shouted out activity, etc., or import a resource that I've saved, like a PowerPoint file or a previously created notebook file or a PDF file, for example. This is also another new piece for you. Not only can I access all of this through Teams and then assign it to my students through the channels that I've created in Teams or the classes I've created in Teams, I also now have the ability to add manipulatives that you're used to seeing on your panels, on your smart panels in the whiteboard section of your smart panels. So you'll see I have quite a few manipulatives built in here. I'm going to start with an easy one, so hopefully I won't trick myself into making a terrible math mistake, for example. So I'm going to choose this making words manipulative. And it'll work exactly the way those manipulatives work again on your whiteboard. You just select it. You'll see, just like anything I was creating in Smart Learning Suite Online, by default, it puts me into editing mode. So I can give this a title, like, let's call it B words, for words that start with B. I can add other content to this file as well, so that that manipulative is just one page of my file. But as soon as I click Finish Editing and select Start, you'll see that manipulative, we're doing B words. B words, let me do a word that starts with B. So just like I would expect from using this exact manipulative on your whiteboard, it works the same way within Smart Learning Suite Online. And then from here, if you wanted to turn this, for example, into an activity that your students would work on, whether in a group or individually, we do exactly what we're used to doing in Smart Learning Suite Online. I just select my Friends tool, and you'll see I can turn that into an individual handout activity. And now my kids join my class live, and boom, they can access that manipulative exactly like what we're used to doing with other handouts. Pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Any questions about how that works?
So if that was the handout, then you could assign a task and kids would use those manipulatives to, but it could even be a collaborative, I saw.
Yes.
but just like the others.
Yes. So if I were, for example, if I put everybody into a group of 4 and then wanted you to build a haiku, and our, and B was our word of choice, right? So we wanted to use as many B sounds as possible in the haiku. Then your kids could work together in that collaborative activity on their individual devices from wherever they are, with me able to provide immediate feedback on what they're doing as well.
Wow.
Just like what we're used to doing previously, we can now add manipulatives to that toolkit as well.
So there's the kind of the key or the letters, the keyboard. What other manipulatives do you like that are in that?
So if I go back to my add activities, so you'll see base 10 blocks is a really popular
Yeah.
one. Now notice all of the different manipulatives have various little descriptions. Calendar, you'll see if I click on the magnifying glass, it'll give me just a short little video that shows me what that manipulative actually does. The calendar one, of course, is really popular. So I
Cool.
like that one. Coins is nice. Now, this is not my jam, but our math folks love the fraction tiles.
Yeah.
That's another one. I like the making words. I like the ones that allow you to build words or phrases. But you got shapes for the little guys, pattern blocks, musical notes, math expressions, coins. So a little bit of something for everybody.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. I just had a teacher email me and ask about hands-on learning during remote, and how can we still have kids do things that are hands-on even if they're remote or quarantined. So I think this is something I can share, that speaks to, that desire to want to continue hands-on learning even though the students aren't in the class with you.
Absolutely.
And you're not having
Absolutely.
to send home packets of manipulatives or, you're not having to try to send these things for kids to work with, but it's just digital.
That's right. That's so good. That's such a really good point. And, there are some things, frankly, that real hands-on manipulatives can't be replaced, right? But this is a really nice, easy way to turn a few of those things into digital manipulatives that we can especially access right now, as we're all kind of navigating the crazy.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Good stuff. Now, I'm really excited. I saved the best for last, I think, to
All right.
show you this last one. I'm going to take an older file. Now you'll see my when I'm logged in on Teams is different than if I just hopped over to my hellosmart.com. And the reason why with Teams I'm logged in as my work email, and with HelloSmart I still use that demo SLS email that I had when I was with Smart. So I don't have quite as many lessons in here, but this Earth and Orbit lesson will work great to show you.
And that brought, before you show me that, I thought of a question. The manipulatives, is that only within the app, within Teams, or is that a new feature with Smart Learning Suite in general?
That's such a great question. So I'm going to pop over to Smart Learning Suite Online just through HelloSmart, not through Teams. And you'll see if I click on Add Activities, Manipulatives is available there as well. So it is not exclusive to Teams. It's actually available with Teams integration for districts that use Google. It's available there as well. And for those who are using hellosmart.com.
Very cool.
Good question. Okay, so if I go into edit this Earth and Orbit lesson, and let's say I'm going to start with the first page, because something that I hear from teachers, well, there's lots that I hear from teachers, but let's say in today's environment, if I am, whether I'm delivering lessons synchronously or asynchronously, but online, to students who are not in the classroom with me. Or if I'm even providing a little bit of a taste of a flipped classroom, where I've sent some information home to students to work on, and then when we get back together, or to watch or read, and when we get back together, we'll actually dig in and work on it hands-on. One of the things that I've heard from teachers repeatedly is, I want to be able to record my stuff for my kids. I want to give them instructions. I want to say hi. I want to give them some reminders. I want to activate their previous knowledge, because they're going to recognize my very specific instructions, my specific jokes, my specific, all of those things, right? This is the most, and then of course, Drew, this with my early literacy background, being able to tie a teacher's voice to content that the teacher's created and sharing with kids is so critically important. And it's actually going to scaffold and activate in a way that you cannot do in other, without audio opportunities. So there's now the capability to add 5 minutes of audio to every lesson page in Smart Learning Suite Online. This also is in or out of Teams, in or out of Google, in or out of hellosmart.com. And it's very simple to use. You don't have to have any special tools. Although I will always say, for my teachers who are especially concerned with sound quality, for students that might have hearing issues, you certainly want to use a microphone if you can, but if not, it'll default to the microphone that's built into your system, your computer. You'll see here's my page. I have it selected. Down in the bottom left-hand corner near my blue plus sign, the trash can, I now have a head with a voice. And as soon, I have to enable my microphone. It's wanting me, since it's my first time to do it in Teams, it probably wants me to do something special. So I'll tell you what. Oh, it's because I'm on Zoom. That's why. It's because I'm on Zoom. Let me, bear with me. It may not do it because it's already using the microphone, dadgummit.
That's right.
That's exactly what's happening. Well, that's okay, because I can walk you through it, and I can show you what it sounds like, because I've added it to previous files. As soon as I click on it, it's going to pop open a box, and normally I would see like a little tape deck record button. I hit record, and it gives me up to 5 minutes to capture that recording, and then either re-record, erase. I can back up in 5-second increments, or fast forward in 5-second increments to double check my audio and make sure it's exactly what I want it to be. And then I click the button that says attach. And when I do that, if I hop over to another file where I have attached audio previously, that's not it, that's the one I just built. I think it's this guy that has, bear with me, sorry, I was obviously.
No, you're good. I asked you to record it, and you.
I should have tested that first.
I want you.
Oh, no problem. What it does is it adds a play button in the top right-hand corner. Let me think real quickly. This was last week. I did this last week. So it has to be one of these files. I did it on Thursday. But what you should see when I have recorded audio is up in the top right-hand corner is just that same little head with the play button. And my students play that audio, and it'll play right there on their computer at their own pace. And there it is. Whew, there we go. So from the student view, when either I'm delivering the lesson live, or I have assigned it to them through our channel in Teams, or I have sent them the link from hellosmart.com. however they're accessing it, they will have the ability to click the play button.
Oh, that's cool.
And you'll
I like
see
that.
just that quickly, they have now access to all of that audio. So all of those times, all of those questions that I have to answer over and over again for a different set of kids, I can just boom, add that quick audio in there as a reminder. Any special instructions that my kids may not remember, like, hey guys, don't forget to close out of that tab and go back into this tab.
Yeah.
Not to mention the instructional keys that I can provide to them through the audio. So that is a huge, huge, huge one.
No, that's awesome, Christy. That
Yeah,
really is. It's so important, like you said at the beginning, for voice and to hear students hear the teacher explain what they need to do, and it's just more personal too.
absolutely. I think the implications for social emotional learning are huge, not to mention just good pedagogy, the ability to scaffold, to build and support, add support through the audio. It really does foster connections as well.
That's awesome.
So great stuff. So hopefully what you'll see are 3 new tools that are really going to be important for you guys. The integration with Teams, the manipulatives that are now available to include in your Smart Learning Suite online files, and that your students can interact with, live with you, independently or in collaborative groups. And then the ability to add audio for students to access either live or asynchronously as well.
Yeah, no, those are great tools. Um, and I appreciate you showing it. I think for Betty and I, I think I appreciate you recording it so we can go back and watch this too to help flip it. So that's awesome. Thank you, Christy.
Absolutely. Thank you, Drew. You're so welcome. And you're always welcome to reach out to me directly anytime, anything I can help with. I will go ahead and stop the recording, and I'll put it on the YouTube channel and send you a link.
Okay, perfect.
All
Um,
right.